Good morning. What note was that? Bet you I could hit it again. I have no idea. I'm terrible at singing, but I'm great at matching pitch, as long as I can reach it. But anyways, good morning to you all. Welcome to Espresso with Erin and Sarit and Boogie. He's back there. Mm-hmm. Still on his sabbatical. He's the best at that job. Guys, happy hump day. Today's the day.
Hump day.
Today's the day where we get over the motherfucking hump.
How?
How to get over the hump is not what today's topic is, but we can talk about it real quick. You can roll, you can run, you can jump, you can skip, you can hop like a bunny, you could cartwheel over the hump if you're feeling sassy, you could hopscotch over the hump. What else could you do over the hump?
Backflip.
You can backflip over the hump. And when we're talking about flips, you could front flip over the hump. You could hump over the hump. All right, we're going to stop there. But today's topic is, and I think today's a good day for this. Today's topic is what we think about ourselves usually is not what other people think about us. Usually. And one thing that's really important to note is that you're a human, and she's a human, and I'm a human, and Boogie thinks he's one. So we can say he is, that's fine. And there's a variety of thoughts that go through our minds about ourselves as we assess and analyze us. And normally those things are not as kind as what other people would think about us. We tend to be very hard on ourselves. We tend to focus then on the granular difficulties that we have, when at the end of the day, they're granular. And if we can learn to make the choices that even take us a fraction of a step forward, it's forward. So, now, Sarit, would you like to say anything?
I think that there's two cases for this. The for better and for worse. But I just have to be honest, today I'm really struggling.
Today, in regards to what the topic is for today, they love you.
Yeah, I didn't even want to come on today's episode.
Yeah. So in regards to what today's topic would be, which is the way we think and feel about ourselves, it's hard for me too, because it's always hard to see and experience somebody that you love not feeling well. And quite honestly, this was me yesterday. And today I made a commitment to myself. Because normally when you have one day that is not a good day for you, it's very easy for there to be residual not good days. The following day, and then the following day, and then the following day. And it is our responsibility to turn it around. So maybe this topic is going to hit us on another day, and maybe this episode is going to be short today. But the purpose, my point in saying yesterday was not my day, this morning I made a commitment. And I said, today, my commitment, my only commitment, if at the end of the day, if I just accomplish this one thing, I win today. And I think that that's a very valuable practice to create or to turn into a habit. What is my one commitment today? And this can be different every single day. What's my one commitment today where if I reach the end of the day and I followed through with that very one thing, means that I win the day. And today, my commitment is to have a positive attitude no matter what the fuck is going on. Because Sarit and I have a tendency where when one of us is feeling a way that's uncomfortable, the other absorbs that energy. And today I refuse to absorb that energy because my hope is that by osmosis, Sarit will absorb mine. And that Sarit will find positivity in me because that's the one commitment I made today. I don't give a shit if I don't get anything else done today. The commitment I made to myself is that I'm going to have a positive attitude regardless of what is going on.
You know, I'm going to share something and I want you to take it to your own growth journey. Because by the end of the day, whatever it is that you want to accomplish in life is a growth journey that's full of milestones and obstacles and destinations, and it's up to you to create how you're gonna go about it, get over the hump, cross the lake. It doesn't matter, it's up to you. But the truth is that when we tell you guys every single day that we're on a mission to transform the lives of millions through the same movement, nutrition, lifestyle, and financial habits that have transformed ours, we really mean it. And because we're so passionate about it and we're so relentless about it, every single day we're experiencing so many new adversities and obstacles that we've never experienced before. That we've never had to cross before. And when you're just so go, and you're I'm gonna do everything that I can to figure it out, it gets really overwhelming at times. And for me, I'm just going through a period where there's something in my own personal life, and with regards to our mission, it feels like it's never ending. And to just keep going and keep going and keep going when you feel on a personal level, because of something that you have going on, that you're being devalued. And all you want to do is keep pushing to make this world a better place. But there's something that's really significant that's but there's something that's really significant that's affecting every other area of your life. It's hard to not question yourself. Soon enough, I will share with you guys, a very personal story. But for now, it's definitely not necessary. But we really want to change the world because we know we have the answer. And it's tough. It's tough. Everybody says that they want to be great. But not everybody's willing to do whatever the fuck it takes. Because it's these moments that define our character.
Great.
The reason why we showed up late for this video this morning is because, like, whenever I open my mouth, I feel like I wanted to cry. And I'm like, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna do this today. But then I coach myself through it, and I'm like, this is not about you, this is about them. So take yourself outside of this. And I decided to show up. But you guys, like, we all go through tough times sometimes. And we all have things that we want to achieve. But it truly is at times like this where you're like, you know what? I'm just going to stand up. And maybe I'm going to take one step forward. When nothing in me wants to do that, that's what's going to help you to keep the momentum, you guys. It's a game of momentum. People think that it's either like a big win or a big loss. No. It's a journey that's filled with obstacles and twists and turns. And it's up for you to figure out how to get around it or how to get over it. So for me, showing up today, that is my win. Because I didn't want to.
You guys, greatness comes at a price. And the greater you want to be, the heavier the cost. And momentum is a fantastic thing. And there are certain areas where we have that momentum. And there's certain areas where you have that momentum. Maybe it's in your career. Maybe it's in your health. Maybe it's in your family. Maybe it's in your hobbies. You've got momentum. It flows with less effort. Now, if you're in a car and you're driving somewhere, there's hills. No matter where you go, you're going to find a hill. If you go a significant distance, you're gonna have to get up a hill or 2 or 3 or 1,000. Now, if you leave the car in neutral while you're going down a hill, you can coast. That's momentum. The car has momentum, even on a flat. But when you start going up a hill, your shit's gonna stop unless you hit the accelerator. And hitting the accelerator takes effort. It takes energy. It takes persistence. It takes relentlessness. It takes courage. It requires force. Mm-hmm. And there's always going to be another uphill as long as you want to keep getting greater at anything.
Yeah.
There's always going to be another hill. If you want to be great, understand there's a cost. And if you want to be extraordinary, there's a lot of costs. And you know what? One thing that has benefited myself personally so much in this journey is the fact that I now understand that there are difficult moments. And I no longer am afraid of the difficult moments because I just know they're going to be there. That doesn't mean I'm incapable. That doesn't mean I'm weak. That doesn't mean I'm not going to get through it, past it, over it, around it. It just means at that moment, it requires a little more effort. We've never doubted ourselves. Don't doubt yourself. Be okay to feel. I think there's actually a quote that I read this morning, and I don't remember exactly what it said or who it was by, but it was basically like, Feel what you need to feel. Be okay with it and move on. Where we get stuck and where we get trapped and where we feel depressed is when we allow those feelings to overcome us, to bury us in the sand, to just let the wind blow the sand right over us and just lay there. We have a choice in these moments. And that choice will dictate the direction or the trajectory of your life or your goals.
Yeah.
And yesterday, I don't know if you saw our Instagram, I had my day. Yesterday was the residual. The day before was the thing. And I'm over it. I'm over it. Because I've decided 2 days is more than enough. A day and a half is more than enough for me to feel the way I was going to feel. And now it's time to take action.
Yeah.
Right? That's my responsibility as a human being and to our mission. And if you saw the Instagram story a couple days ago, I was the one crying. And the message was that it is okay. It's okay, but it's not okay to just lay there. Unless you don't want anything great in life. Then lay there, by all means. It's not for me to choose for you. But this group, this show, Espresso with Erin and Sarit, is to be watched by people who want to be great.
Yes.
So,
I'm ready to get to today's topic. And I think you guys just saw like a real life experience that's in complete alignment with this topic. But
what just happened in you?
Like this moment,
Mm-hmm.
I turned it around. I felt empowered to turn it around.
Because? Why?
Because I took myself outside of my own head and I released that shit.
Did anything that I said have to do with it?
Maybe. I don't even remember what she said.
Someday I'm going to write a book. You know the title.
Yes.
Very few people know the title. Someday. If Grant were here, he'd be like, write it, get it to me tomorrow. It's not my biggest priority right now. But, this is the importance of surrounding yourself.
Yes. Yes.
My commitment today, my only thing that I wanted to accomplish today was to make Sarit feel better. And I fucking did it in 10 goddamn minutes. And, like, I'm not even going to take credit for it because you have to coach yourself through it. You have to coach yourself through it. But this is the value of listening to this show. All I was doing was speaking to you. And in the back of my mind, actually, for a second, I thought, this applies to Sarit right now, too. This applied to me yesterday and the day before. This applies to so many people often. And I want to cry because I have gratitude that for some reason I was able to compile a combination of words that not only made myself feel better, but I truly believe had an impact on Sarit just now and hopefully on a lot of you guys. One, it's okay to feel shitty. It's a part of life. But what is your commitment coming out of that? Mm-hmm. What are you going to do about it? And how do you choose to live the rest of your day? And what do you consider to be a win for that day? Yesterday was kind of shitty for me too. And I said, you know what? I won today. My win, I don't consider to be very large, but I'm going to find a win in every single day. Because if I woke up, there's a win to find. If I had a mic, I would drop it because I feel like it's appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, I will drink coffee.
I was saying this on the Inner Circle call 2 nights ago. We were talking about the power to push through. It's something so simple, so profound, but it's literally one of the hardest things ever. And it's the most important thing with regards to achieving anything great in life. You want to achieve a badass body? Stop focusing on shiny objects. Just follow through for a long ass period of time. Follow through when you feel like giving up. Follow through when it's a bad day. Same thing in your marriage. Same thing in any relationship. Same thing in your career. Follow through when shit gets tough. It's not easy. But I was talking about the power, having a support system. Having a support system will raise your standards. It will make you realize that it doesn't matter what you've done. There's more that needs to be done. And sometimes it's overwhelming. But having a support system to lean onto when you don't even want to is what will make you rise up. 100%. Not move fast in that given moment, just rise up. On tough days, just showing up is a win because most people will self-sabotage. Most people will take themselves 10 steps back. That is why so many of you guys have come into this community because life happened to you and you lost sight of yourself.
Can we get something in the comments that agrees with that? Like I complete that, like even myself.
Yeah. But not no more. And in the moment, you might feel some resistance because there's a war between the greater you and the bitch ass you. The bitch ass
your ego.
The bitch ass you is like feel all the feels. You're just human. Like it's okay to want to settle whatever. And then the greater you is like, is this really you talking? Are you even like gonna pay attention to that? So it's like this war, and it's crazy when that happens. Now, for one, you have to bring yourself to a certain level of consciousness where when you're aware that this happens, it's like, let's say when you've done really well for a couple of weeks and somebody brings like, a cake into the office and everybody around you is eating and you're like, man, I just did the transformation Kickstarter challenge and I haven't lost any weight. So maybe losing weight is just not for me. So, I might as well just do what everybody else is doing versus, you know what? I haven't lost any weight probably because there's still a lot of shit that I don't know that I need to figure out and I just need to keep going. And just saying no to that cake, that's a fucking win. That's a fucking win.
There's another battle. There's another battle between, and it's kind of like your greater you, your higher you, and the bitch ass you, which I would consider to be the ego.
Yes.
Because your ego can easily block you from being coached through a moment. For example, when I'm not feeling my best, when I'm feeling down, when I'm feeling negative, which, by the way, if you're trying to be positive all the time and you think that's realistic, you're kidding yourself. Nobody in the world is positive every single moment of their lives. Now, Sarit will ask me in those moments, what are 3 things you're grateful for? And do you know what my first thought and my first gut reaction is?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck you. I don't want to be grateful right now. I want to be sad. I want to be miserable. Let me sit in my woe is me, okay? I'm here. I'm sitting, I'm crying, I'm going to take a nap right here. That's the ego.
Yep.
Blocking you from your higher you. There is a book that is called The Art of War. And it is about writing and like writer's block. But there are so many principles in that book. I bet you I could just flip a page open in that book and start reading, and it would be you versus your ego. Like it is like there is an energy and a force in the world that's only job is to crush your dreams. And when you know that that energy exists and you can see the cues, and you know how to overcome it, then you can overcome it. It's called The Art of War. I want to grab it real quick because you know why? Today's Whatever Wednesday, which is perfect for today.
Whatever Wednesday.
Where's this book? I'm sure I dog-eared a page or underlined something. This literally just opened a random page.
It's never random.
Let's see. And I'm totally just going to read it. I have no idea if it applies. Henry Fonda was still throwing up before each stage performance, even when he was 75. In other words, fear doesn't go away. Turns out this page is a good page. The warrior and the artist live by the same code of necessity, which dictates that the battle must be fought anew every day. If I were writing this book, I would say every damn day. He's talking about Henry Fonda, I believe, was a speaker and got had fear every single time before going on stage. Even he'd been doing it for years and years and years and years, been on so many stages, still had so much fear to the point of throwing up. The fear has to be fought anew every single day.
Code of necessity.
Code
of necessity.
Let me find another page. Resistance. Resistance is the energy I'm talking about. Resistance is directly proportional to love. For the amount of love you have, the amount of resistance that will come with it. Resistance is directly proportional to love. I wish I got paid for selling this book because I think like 82 people are going to buy it right now. If you're feeling massive resistance, the good news is it means there's tremendous love there too. If you didn't love the project that is terrifying you,
so true,
you wouldn't feel anything.
Yeah.
The opposite of love isn't hate. It's indifference, meaning I don't give a shit. It's not hate. It's I don't care. The more resistance you experience, the more important your unmanifested art or project or enterprise is to you, and the more gratification you will feel when you finally fucking do it.
Wait, do you know what page it was?
Every single page in that book is great. And you know what? I'm going to drop an Amazon link because we might make $3 if you buy it from our Amazon link. Thank you very much. So wait until I put it on the Facebook page because I just gave you so much value. I deserve your $3 that Amazon is going to give me from recommending that book to you. It's such a good book. Like you start reading it and you're like, oh, this is for writers. So many principles apply. Resistance is a force that is here in this world to work absolutely against you. And the amount of care and love that you have for something is the same amount of resistance that's going to meet you there, because resistance only job in this life is to destroy your dreams.
Yes.
And when you know that, you can find a way to get through that. If you don't know the brick wall is in front of your face because you have a blindfold on, you're going to hit that shit every time. Now, 80 of you know the brick wall is there. Open your eyes. It's called resistance. Let's go.
The question is, what are you going to do about it? I say this all the time. I feel like a lot of us, like especially if you're new to the journey, you think that you're the only one who struggles with something. You think that life is only harder for you, and for some reason you have some kind of like a more complicated situation than somebody else. That's not the truth at all. In fact, our mentor, Grant Cardone, says, you know that you're finding success if you're creating more and new problems for yourself.
Bigger problems.
However, unsuccessful people don't want problems because they are resistant to wanting to come face to face with failures. Successful people are like, let me fail as fast as I can so that I can get back up. And that's why we always say rule number 1 is don't go through it alone. Don't go through it alone. And this is for you guys who are like on the fence for the raw transformation. You guys are seeing like us, literally like real life, how, like things are just coming our way. Look, just because you did good for 14 days does not mean that you're going to be good for the rest of your life. Trust me, life is going to keep on coming at you. But you have to be more savage than life itself. Because otherwise, you'll want to give up. And how many of you guys, I've spoken to you guys, and just straight up bullshit and excuses. Excuses. And maybe that's why, like, emotionally, I'm so drained because, like, just so much shit that I'm hearing. And I'm like, get out of your own fucking way, dude. Just woe is me. No, dude. Make it happen. When you want shit in life, do whatever it takes. Let the rest do whatever while you do whatever it takes. This program will change your life. It will change your life. You've heard our coaches say that this program has changed their life, and now they're going to lead you to it. Literally, angels from God are going to be taking you through it because you're all one day away from wanting to give up. Macros and all that bullshit ain't your problem. It ain't your problem. Life is your problem. You don't know how to problem solve life. You give up when shit gets hard. And I'm so passionate about it because even I, 10 years later, want to give up when shit gets hard. So I can only imagine where you're at. Don't go through it alone. The reason why I'm not giving up is because I have so many people who are so much more successful than me, holding me accountable. She's holding me accountable. My team is holding me accountable. When I want to hide, all I can do is just cry in front of people with hopes that it will get released fast. Accountability is the name of the game. You guys, we want this so bad for you. The reason why we show up 5 days a week for free is because we want to do everything that we can to help you guys. We will do everything that we can to show you that we are different and that you can do it too. Now, if you didn't get the result that you wanted within 14 days, that doesn't mean that success is not meant for you. That just means that you have many more blind spots than you had even thought. And you're not even aware of what's happening in your life. So you're just lost. Now, if you've done good, don't be full of yourself because you haven't done shit yet. You haven't done shit. It don't matter if you did well for 14 days. It don't even matter if you did well for 140 days. Or 1,400 days. If you've done well for 14,000 days, now. Now you can start talking.
I have so much excitement boiling in me right now because this episode is more unique than any episode we have ever done. And let me just like rewind to the very beginning of this episode, if I may. The ability that we just had as a team to transform Sarit's energy. Holy fucking shit. Holy shit. She did not even want to do this video, and she is spitting fireballs straight into your face. Your face is melting. It's on fire. Your hair is gone. Forget about it. She didn't even want to do this video. You guys, it takes a team to succeed. And it is worth every fucking penny that's in your savings account or on your credit line or that you can borrow from your family to do our programs. Because if this is what we deliver for free, imagine what you can get when you pay a little bit. And to me, I actually believe that it's dirt cheap for what you get.
Yes.
Dirt cheap. So, we will never make a recommendation to you to invest your money in something that would not be 10 times worth what you're paying for it. Mm-hmm. It takes a team. This episode is so cool because you got to literally experience in real life what a team can do and the power a team can have. Guys, we're human. We're human. Bad things happen to every single person. Don't compare how bad your bad is to somebody else. It's useless. Oh, well, there's starving kids in Africa. I know, and I feel for them.
And that's why we want to be hella successful, so we can help them out.
100%. The reason we want to be so successful is because it gives us the opportunity to help people that are in need. But that doesn't mean that bad things don't happen to us too. How do you handle the resistance? If you are not in the raw transformation and you're watching this right now and it's speaking to you and you want to do it, find a way.
Yep.
Find a way. It's easy from the perspective of the person going through the transformation or being pitched at or being sold something or buying into something, to not trust the program, to not trust the people in charge of the program, and to not trust yourself. It's very normal. I think that we've proven to you, you can trust us and you can trust our programs. Do you trust yourself? And if you don't, borrow some of ours, because it takes a team.
Amen.
There are so many programs out there that will take your money and leave you worse than you started, or at the same spot. Not here. Not here. Go to improveyousolutions.com/raw. It's 8 weeks, and it's only the beginning. We won't even scratch the surface.
Yeah.
What a transformational episode. Whatever, Wednesday.
You know, and regardless of what you're feeling right now, you know, if you're feeling shitty about yourself because there is people in your environment who devalue you, who make you feel like shit, for one, what they feel about you don't matter. It doesn't matter.
You know what matters though?
How you feel about you.
How you feel about you and how you use that as fuel.
Yes.
Because the people...
But if you don't know how to treat yourself right, how the fuck are you gonna like walk into situations where people devalue you? In life, it happens to all of us all the time. I don't care where you live. But if you are not confident because you know that when you had an emotional bout last night, because let's say you had, a discussion with your significant other about your child and you disagreed about something and it turned into an argument and then you ended up eating your face off at night, there's no way in hell that you're feeling good about you today. You probably didn't even want to wake up in the morning. And then you go into work and your boss has no leadership skills, calls himself a boss or herself a boss, just sits and probably eats shit all fucking day.
Feet up on the desk kind of boss.
Yeah. You have to do everything because you're a go-getter. You're still being devalued. You go home and the cycle repeats itself and repeats itself. How the heck are you going to break out of it? Or if you feel good about yourself, that's awesome. It's probably because you've done much better than where you were before. But the further along you get, the more magnified the challenges are now going to become. And how are you going to overcome it? That's my question to you. The more success you find in anything in life, everything is now just magnified. That's why so many people are like, the good old days. Because as life keeps going, problems keep getting magnified. Average people say, I don't want any problems, so they just hide. They hide from life. This is gonna sound harsh, but they rely on stimulus checks instead of figuring out a way to create more income for their families. Take ownership for your life, you guys. You have one life to live. If today was your last day, how would you want to start it, live it, and end it? How? Take ownership and responsibility for anything and everything that you do. Drives me crazy how so many people in this country are just waiting for the government to save them. Dude, the government don't give a shit about you. And this is the greatest country in the world, so I can only imagine what's it like in other countries. People like me have been fighting for 15 years to be in this fucking country, and still, doesn't matter what you do. They don't fucking care. They just want your money so you can pay taxes.
Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
Can I say, the people that devalue you are valuable to you. Do you know why?
They fuel you.
Because you have the opportunity to prove their asses wrong. Be so successful that you can't even hear. You've gone so far away from the people who want to hate you, devalue you, belittle you, talk shit about you. Get so far away from them up the mountain that you can't even hear what they have to say. Mm-hmm. But they can't get away from what you have to say because your success without words is screaming in their face. There's a couple people who hated so hard on us that I think about them regularly, and I thank them in my heart regularly. Because you know why? When we are Oprah Winfrey, Ellen DeGeneres, Weight Watchers big, they won't be able to get away from us. all they will fucking hear is Erin and Sarit, Erin and Sarit, Erin and Sarit, and they will see our success, that's my reward. Fuel.
You guys, these are people who legit went out of their way multiple times, got the government involved in shutting us down.
They don't know who we are. But they're
Don't
going to
matter.
hear.
And by the way, we know that it's not going to be the last time that shit like that's gonna happen. That's why it's so important to surround yourself with people who've been in your shoes before, so that you can lean into when this shit happens. It's the greatest gift that you can ask for, accountability by somebody who's been there and done that.
Mm-hmm.
Look, the world needs more producers now more than ever. The world needs more leaders now more than ever. But here's the thing. The reason why taking care of you and your body is so important is because if you don't know how to handle this machine called you, your life's going to be an absolute shit show. And that is why we're going so hard. Because go to any family that's obese. I guarantee you that same family has health problems, they have financial problems, they're all depressed, anxious.
Relationship problems.
Like, it's just an absolute shit show. Why? Because they don't know how to manage their body. They're acting irresponsibly with their body. Therefore, their entire life is collapsing. And that's why we also ask every once in a while, and I will ask you right now, if you found this episode valuable, share it so that somebody in this position can enter this group and be the change that their family and their community and whatever needs to see. And the worst of it all is that these people go into places called workplaces, organizations, Fortune 500 companies. No leadership, no ownership, no nothing. Is it any wonder why this place is fucked up? As great as it is, Danielle, I saw your comment and I can relate to you so much. She moved away from South America because she needed more opportunities. There are some people, you guys, who would literally move their entire life, sacrifice their entire life for a single word called an opportunity, an equal opportunity, so that they can create the life that they want to create. Because millions of people don't even have an opportunity to think for themselves, to speak for themselves, to act for themselves. So that if they're offered a program that could change their life, like the Raw Transformation, they can make the disciplined and the logical choice to join it if it really can change their lives. Yesterday, I heard one of my mentors, he actually, one of his team members said, I don't know if you planned on quoting this, but I made it now a quote. Transformation, you guys, is not an event, it's a process.
Oof. Say it louder for the people.
It's not an event, it's a process of multiple events.
There was a quote that I first heard in high school and a saying that we used when I played basketball. And it was, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And I'll never forget that. And you can replace talent with anything. Mm-hmm. What family you were born into, what circumstances you have. Hard work will beat any sort of given fortune when that given fortune doesn't give a shit. Hard work will always win. And the greatest in the world, the greatest in the world, you see the people. Let's talk about Olympic athletes like Usain Bolt and Michael Jordan and Kobe. And these people have talent and they fucking work their asses off. You will never, those people can't be beat. And when you find what you're good at and you work your ass off harder than anybody else, you will not be beat. You won't. Even by yourself. Up here.
Yep.
Takes work. You got to get up the hills. And you need people to take you by the butt. Cup your little butt like that. Just push you right up.
You guys, if
we are the butt cuppers.
You guys, if you were to like literally, I love my family, but I talk about them a lot. But if you guys were to see like any of my cousins, you would never think that we're related. You guys, they're overweight. I was told by my doctors, by whatever, that I'm just meant to be overweight, that I am big boned, that fucking term that I hate. Oh, you're meant to be big boned. Most people settle for that. I was like, fuck this shit.
I'm like, I don't think I have big bones.
For one, I'm not big boned. My bones are now dense because I lift heavy shit. And you want your bones to be dense. Because long term, that's going to slow down the process of bone mineralization and osteoporosis.
You want your bones to be dense.
Which also runs in my family. It's up to you to create whatever it is that you want to create. What you think is what you say. What you say is what you do. What you do becomes your legacy. So my abs are going to be my legacy. And when I'm 40, I'm going to write a book and it's going to be a New York Times bestseller. You heard me say this when I'm 31. And it's going to be called 10 Pack, 10 Million. I'm going to write it for all women. How to achieve a life full of freedom so that by the time you're 40, you can have physical freedom and even a freaking 10-pack and already have made more than $10 million. Why? Because I believe that if you don't have health and you don't know how to create wealth for yourself and for your family, you're a selfish motherfucker. Because you deserve to live your best life, but it's up to you to create it. I'm not saying that you need to want that amount. But so many people tell you, settle, why are you working so hard? Blah, 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 all that bullshit. Just ignore them. That's literally like putting junk food in your mouth. It's putting like, you might as well rub burgers on your ears. Get rid of them. That's poison in your life. Poison.
Is a 10-pack physiologically possible?
I don't even give a shit.
The point of this book is that you can overcome even the physiologically impossible.
Yes.
Sarit's gonna have a 10-pack. I'm gonna draw it on if I have to.
And the reason why I'm gonna do it by the time I'm 40, because I need to show you guys that I can keep that after I've had a baby. Because I know that a bunch of you guys are probably saying, "Oh, it's easy to say that before you have a baby." Bitch, I know my commitment. Ain't nothing stopping me. The doctors have already told me that I'm gonna be big boned. I don't believe anything they have to say. I believe who I want to be. So I'm gonna do whatever it takes. All right, I'm done. I preached so much today. Gosh.
And you didn't even feel like showing up. Are you glad you did?
Yeah.
I'm really glad you did.
You guys.
My sweetie!
Just stop questioning us, yourself. Join the program. It will change your life. To the degree that you're committed to it. If you're not committed to it, then don't waste our time or yours. But if you're committed to it, then it will change your fucking life. I don't care what you're feeling right now.
And drop it in the comments if you're glad that Sarit showed up today.
And I want to give a shout out to someone because I see her on the very, like, I think it's the very first time that she's watching us live. And this is for your accountability. Megan, sweetheart. The amount of conviction that you needed from our entire team for as long as you did, you made the best decision of your life, and your life will never ever be the same. Mark my word, I said that, and all of you guys watch her. This is what we wake up for. To help you guys achieve things that you never thought you were able to before. Because you guys, when you do, that level of confidence cannot be taken away from you. And it is not worth $400. It is worth $400 million. And if you have a $200 problem, you have a way bigger problem. Just saying. So get resourceful if you're serious.
Boogie said he wanted to show up for whatever Wednesday.
Wow, Boogie.
He said, I hear it's a really special day. I think that I will come and support. And also my cuteness is going to make more people watch this video. So
Yeah. Boogie.
Here I am. Look at the bottom of my chin.
Wow, you always do such a good job. Oh, wow.
Good burp. So, guys, thank you so much for being here today, for watching this episode. We're glad that we can show you, for one, like, we're human. We're human, but we're committed to being better every single day, regardless of what hill we have to climb. And that's what we desire to instill in you. So, thank you so much. If you guys found value, which, geez, I hope there was at least a sliver somewhere in there. Please share this. Please subscribe to our YouTube. It really helps to get the word out when it's everywhere. I want it to be everywhere. For the haters.
Yes. Yes.
Show 'em.
Yes.
So thank you guys for everything. Boogie thanks you. He says he's excited to see you guys and so happy he made it to Mama's lap today. And that's a win for him. So the other thing that I want to see is your wins from today on the Facebook page.
And just two more things. I want to give a huge shout out to Stacey K and Nicole Cozier. They made another donation to the Raw Transformation. You guys, this community, man, like, people are doing everything that they can. People who've already started experiencing the magic are like, just follow the lead.
There's people in the Raw for their third time.
Yeah. It's amazing.
If it's worth doing once, it's worth doing twice, it's worth doing a third time.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Stacey and Nicole. Thank you. Anybody who has donated. The amount of generosity in this group is incredible. You guys are started this idea of donation. But
it's happened the last two seasons.
Yeah. You guys are the ones who literally started it. You guys, this community wants your success so bad. Like, there's nothing else that you can ask for. But you need to want your success more than anybody wants it for you. Because you're the only one who has to walk in your own shoes. You have to do that. We know what that walk feels like because we've been through it. All of us. All of us. Yeah. And also, stick around today at 9:30 a.m. There's going to be a very special freestyle live video from our one and only gatekeeper of this group who keeps this community positive and safe and secure, because hashtag no negativity allowed in this house. Tammy Jarrett, she's going to be coming at you with something very special. So make sure that you tune in for that. I'm done for today. I preached so much. I hope that you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and we will see you tomorrow for Relationship Thursdays. Bye, guys.